What's up guys, it's Kelly Shalal, registered dietitian and personal trainer behind your favorite healthy living blog, Hungry Hobby. And today I'm here to show you my 5 most favorite portable high protein breakfast recipes. Many of you probably don't know, but during the semester or during the school year, in addition to blogging and running my private nutrition counseling business, I also teach at the local community college, and that does mean some early mornings for me, and I need some high protein breakfast recipes to take with me on the go. So I thought I'd share with you guys today my 5 go-tos. Now, of course, this semester I'm teaching from home, given everything that's going on, but I know a lot of you, especially you essential workers, are not working from home so much anymore. So I thought now would be, especially with the new year, a good time to show you guys these recipes. We're gonna do 5 different high protein breakfast recipes. I made all of them over the weekend. Honestly, to make all of these only took me about an hour, probably minus the filming. Really, really quick and easy to get a lot of variety through your week to take with you for breakfast in the morning, so you don't have to eat the same thing every day. Or you can make multiple batches of the same thing if you find a recipe that you like. Before we get started, please make sure that if you're new here, you hit that red subscribe button and the bell notification tab so that you never miss a recipe, workout, nutrition tip, or random babbling by Prego herself. All right guys, so the first recipe that we're gonna make is my 5 ingredient healthy egg muffin cups. Now, before we get started on any recipe, my favorite comments on YouTube are, too much talking, get to the recipe. Okay, cool, you don't wanna listen to me talk? All these recipes will have links at the bottom with the printable recipe, so you can go to that and you don't have to listen to me talk about the recipe. But I come on YouTube to connect with the people that subscribe to my channel and my readers who've been reading for a really long time on the blog, only in written form. So, you don't have to listen to me talk, but you can just click the links if that's what you want to do, or fast forward. So, first recipe is my 5 ingredient healthy egg muffins. Now, these have egg whites, eggs, a mixture of both just to increase the protein, cheddar cheese, a pinch of salt and pepper, and you whisk all that up. And then what I do is pre-steam my broccoli and put it in the egg muffin holes. And then you'll just divide your egg mixture among the holes and bake it for 20 to 25 minutes. So whenever I'm doing a meal prep like this, I always start with these first because they do take the longest to bake. So you can move on to some of the stuff that you don't have to cook while these bake, which is really nice. This recipe makes about 4 servings. I eat about 3 muffins per breakfast with some leftover broccoli. The next recipe is the last one that uses the oven, and I freaking love this recipe. It is a great way to get a ton of veggies in the morning and have something a little bit different than eggs or oatmeal. Sheet pan turkey bacon ranch bowls. And it's super, super easy to make. You wash and chop up a couple cups of Brussels sprouts, or you could sub some other type of cruciferous vegetable if Brussels sprouts aren't your thing. Like you could do broccoli or cauliflower, something like that. And wash and chop about 1 medium to large sweet potato. And you put those in a sheet pan tossed with oil. Next to any kind of bacon. Now I really, really, really love the peppered turkey bacon from Trader Joe's. Those of you who have been subscribed for a while or following the blog know that I am obsessed with Trader Joe's. I have a 35 healthy Trader Joe's recipe roundup that I can link below, as well as a 7-day healthy Trader Joe's meal plan that I can link below, which I believe this recipe is on. One of the reasons I like that peppered turkey bacon from Trader Joe's is because it's higher protein than most bacon. I eat plenty of regular bacon. You could use regular bacon in this recipe. I just happen to really like that one because it bakes up super easy. It doesn't get really greasy in the oven. And like I said, it's higher protein than most most turkey bacon. So that's kind of why I like to use that one. I know a lot of people don't have Trader Joe's near them, so sub any kind of bacon or even sausage that you want would totally work. Basically what you're gonna do is bake all of it in a sheet pan. Typically the turkey bacon bakes up a lot faster than the sweet potato and the Brussels sprouts. So about halfway through, I remove the turkey bacon, toss the veggies again, and let them bake another 10 to 15 minutes or until they're soft.
And I forgot to say this, but you'll chop up your bacon so it's easier to eat on the go.
Once everything's ready, it's just time to split it up among bowls. The recipe that I'll provide in the link below is for 2 servings, so that's what you see here. My husband didn't eat any of this one yet. And then I like to drizzle some ranch on top, and bam, you're done. Super, super easy. So by that time, your muffins are probably out of the oven. You can put those away. Then you've got these cooking, and you can move on to any of the cold recipes that I'm about to share or ideas. I'll also link below other egg muffin cups recipes that I have in case you want to get some variety so that you can switch things up. Now, the thing about these 2 recipes, the egg muffins and the turkey bacon bowls, is that they have to be heated up. So some people would not consider that portable because if wherever you're going, you don't have a microwave to heat things up, then it's not technically portable. So I also have 3 more ideas that are cold ideas that are definitely portable. So one is oatmeal. Now this is an overnight oats recipe, and it's technically only portable if you don't have a microwave and like to eat your oats cold. I don't mind eating my overnight oats cold. I know my husband doesn't mind, but I know some people do. So if you don't have access to a microwave, this isn't probably gonna be the one for you. It's gonna be one of these 2. But if you do have access to a microwave or don't mind eating them cold, overnight oats are one of my favorite go-to, easily portable. I mean, when this is done, you can rinse it out, throw it in your bag. It's really not that big of a deal. Breakfast recipes. So I'll also link below my video on how to make high protein overnight oats. In that video, I show you exactly how to make 4 different styles of overnight oats with different ingredients. I share kind of basic recipes that you can take and modify in that video. So I'll link that video below. It's one of my super old school videos that I uploaded from Facebook Live like 3 years ago, but it's still a good video, good content. So, because generally, you know, I see a lot of overnight oat recipes online, and my big concern with them is that they're just not adding protein to them. And you know, the reason that this is a high protein breakfast recipe video is because protein is so important at breakfast. It does really stabilize your blood sugar, especially if you're eating something higher carb like oatmeal. It stabilizes your blood sugar so that you not only don't have those energy up and downs, but you have less cravings and you're fuller for longer. So switching your oats recipes so that it has some protein in it is one of my #1, you know, healthy living, weight loss, just general, you know, go-to tips. So that being said, I'm gonna share today with you my favorite overnight oats recipe, which I actually did not make up. My college roommate from umpteen years ago that I'm still really good friends with, she made it up. And it's the loaded blueberry overnight oats, and it is amazing. So in this recipe, we're gonna get protein from a scoop of peanut butter protein powder like PB Fit or PB2 and 1 scoop of collagen. Now you can interchange that. I talk a lot about that on the recipe and the blog, but you can interchange that. And then you're gonna add some rolled oats, any kind of milk. I use unsweetened vanilla almond milk, honey, and mix all of that up. And then I like to throw frozen blueberries on top. You can use fresh blueberries. I like to use frozen blueberries because then what you do is you put the oats in the fridge for 4 hours to overnight. They can stay in the fridge for really 3 days is supposed to be like the recommended. But I mean, I've kept mine in there like a full week and nothing ever happened to me, so I think it'll be fine. Anyways, I like to do the frozen blueberries because they kind of defrost and add like, as they defrost, they kind of create this like syrup that also helps to sweeten the oats, which is really, really nice. And you'll want to top for some healthy fat with 1 tablespoon of peanut butter. And you can do this the morning of if you're going to heat them up, or you can do it really whenever. But that's why we call this the loaded blueberry peanut butter oats, because they have double peanut butter, right? The peanut butter powder and the peanut butter in them. And the reason you do that is because peanut butter powder is real high protein compared to peanut butter, like calorie for calorie. And it's not that peanut butter is bad, that's why I'm adding it to this recipe, but as a way to boost the protein, we use both. So that is my all-time favorite overnight oat recipe, and I hope that you enjoy it as much as I do. And like I said, check out that 4 recipe styles for high protein overnight oats video to get more ideas on how to make your overnight oats higher protein. So the next high protein breakfast recipe that I absolutely love is chia pudding. And if you've never made chia pudding before, it's super, super easy. Chia seeds are jam-packed with healthy fiber and omega-3 fatty acids, and they're pretty high protein in and of themselves, but not high protein enough to make a full dinner. So in many of my chia pudding recipes, I either add protein powder, or in this one, the one I'm gonna share with you today, my favorite one, I add Greek yogurt. So lots of combinations there as well. I'll link a ton of recipes to that, or for that, for chia pudding. But in the meantime, let's talk about this recipe because it is one of my favorite. So with this recipe, you're going to start by adding any kind of milk. You know, if you use cow's milk, then it will be higher protein, but it'll also be higher carb and calories. So it kind of depends on where you're at. So you're gonna add almond milk and then Greek yogurt. I love the coconut, the whole milk coconut cream Greek yogurt from Trader Joe's. Obviously you can see that before I filmed this recipe, this was definitely a Trader Joe's haul. I can also link below some of my other Trader Joe's hauls that I actually like filmed where I showed you what I got for groceries there. But anyways, you also do chia seeds, of course, and I still add a scoop of protein powder. So this one's super, super high protein. In fact, it has, yeah, almost 21 grams of protein per serving. So pretty good. And this makes 2 servings. So it would be like 40 grams of protein if you ate the whole thing, which I'm not gonna lie, a lot of times I do. Just depends on how many toppings I put on it. So like the overnight oats, this needs to cook, AKA, and the overnight oats, they absorb the oats absorb the water or liquid overnight. Here, the chia seeds will absorb the liquid overnight, creating a gel-like consistency. If you notice that your chia seeds or your pudding is not really gelling into like pudding-like texture, add an extra teaspoon to a tablespoon of chia seeds. Also, if you use a tall, skinny container like this one versus like something like a bowl or Pyrex container, you will have to stir it a couple times in between that 4 to 12 hour time frame, just because the chia seeds will start to settle at the bottom if you don't. So, but if you use a shallow container, you don't really have that problem. So this is divine with things like dark chocolate and bananas on top of it to really well round out and create a whole recipe, which is why this actually makes 2 recipes once you put the toppings on it. And the very last thing we have is a portable high protein breakfast recipe. It's not really necessarily a prep ahead recipe, but kind of. It is your go-to smoothie, and I love to use mason jars with these Country Line kitchen, I don't know, like protein shake topper things that I got on Amazon. I'll link those. There's a way to make smoothies a little bit more meal prep friendly. So one way is you can kind of pre-prep your ingredients in Ziploc baggies. I have a couple different recipes for that, meal prep protein shakes that again are linked in the original blog post with these 5 high protein breakfast recipe ideas, as well as I'll link them below. But to be honest, I don't really make those anymore because I'm a Smoothie Box subscriber for life. And yes, I'm an affiliate for them, also a customer. Love them, love them, love them. So they basically do all the work for you of prepping like veggies and fruit into little packages. So all you have to do is dump the package, the milk, and whatever protein, and you're done. Versus having like 700 ingredients out on your counter in the morning. Protein powder, strawberries, spinach, yeah, that can get to be a lot. But of course, if that doesn't bother you, maybe you're still working from home, you've always worked from home, whatever. It's another great portable high protein breakfast option. Maybe you're in the drop-off line with kids, so like technically you're at home, but you do need to bring your breakfast with you while you sit in the drop-off line. Smoothies are a great option. So, like I said, the video you'll see is a smoothie box packet. It's me dumping, I think it's the super berry packet in, so it's got a ton of veggies, I think like sweet potatoes and beets and strawberries, and the liquid, and you can either do Greek yogurt, which I do a lot now that I'm pregnant because I just don't really like the taste of protein powder and I don't want to overdo it on the collagen. I put that in my coffee in the morning, but Smoothie Box sends collagen with you. And then again, I have another video if you want to see me and learn more about Smoothie Box and see me make it one-handed when my oldest son, not the one cooking now, but my oldest son was younger, I would like literally like make breakfast one-handed with the Smoothie Box packet because that was all I could do. So yeah, lots of videos, lots of resources there. And like I said, if you're not into subscribing a service like that, that's cool. I've got recipes on how to meal prep your own smoothie pack so that it's kind of the similar thing. You're just dumping a couple packets in the morning and you don't have to pull out a million ingredients. So with that, that's 5 high protein portable breakfast recipes. I hope it gave you a lot of ideas and inspiration for this upcoming new year. And of course, leave me a comment and let me know if you try anything. I love to see it. Also, you can tag me on Instagram at @HungryHobbyRD, #HungryHobby, to see, and again, I just love to see what you guys make and what's helpful to you. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed and thank you for watching. And if you haven't already, hit that red subscribe button and the bell notification tab so that you never miss recipe, workout, nutrition tip, or anything else. I post new videos every week, almost every week. All right, guys, have a wonderful rest of your day. Bye.